Vasek Pospisil is a Canadian professional tennis player. Pospisil has a career-high singles ranking of world number 25 and number 19 in doubles. As Canada's number 2 in singles and doubles, he is an important member of the Canada Davis Cup team. Along with partner Jack Sock, he won the 2014 Wimbledon men's doubles title. Junior career: Pospisil reached the final of his first Junior International Tennis Federation event, the 2005 Canadian U18 ITF World Ranking event, to compatriot Graham Karsautsky. He and Karsautsky won the doubles event. Partnering another star junior Canadian, Milos Raonic, Pospisil won his second doubles title in December 2006, the Prince Cup in the United States. He also won back-to-back doubles titles in the Czech Republic in January-February 2007, as well as the Guru Cup in Italy in April-May. In singles, Pospisil won the ITF Flevoland Junior Championships in the Netherlands in February, the 25th All-Canadian ITF Junior Championships in April, and the Canadian U18 ITF World Ranking event, the last one without losing more than 4 games in any set. Pospisil won 2 more European events that summer in doubles and was finalist 3 more times. He capped his summer off by reaching the 2007 US Open boys doubles final, partnering Grigor Dimitrov. The pair lost to Jonathan Iaserik and Jacopi Rami Inzarilo. In December, he and partner Roman Jabava won the doubles event at the prestigious Dunlop Orange Bowl. Junior Grand Slam results: singles, Australian Open, 1R, French Open, 2R, Wimbledon, 1R, US Open, 2R, Junior Grand Slam results: doubles, Australian Open, F, French Open, SF, Wimbledon, 2R, US Open, F. Pro career: 2007, Pospisil won his first professional tour tournament singles match, in Canada F1 Futures event in March, defeating Guatemalan number 1 Christian Paes. In the second round, he lost to compatriot Rob Steckley in straight sets, while in doubles he and partner, fellow junior and Canadian Milos Raonic lost in the opening round in straight sets. The following week, Pospisil lost in the first round of both the singles and doubles of Canada F2. Your next week at Canada F3, he captured his first career title, in doubles, partnering compatriot Ppomir Rikchvoja. He lost in the first round in singles. At the end of May, Pospisil competed in the main draw in doubles, partnering Chvoja at Czech Republic F4, and reached the second round. The following week, the pair lost in the first round of the UniCredit Czech Open, as Pospisil played in his first Challenger event. In July, Pospisil played as a singles wild-card entry at the Granby Challenger and lost to Italian Stefano Ianni in straight sets. In doubles, he and Chvoja lost in the first round. The following week, Pospisil again lost in the first round at the Odlum Brown Vancouver Open in doubles, this time partnering American Adam Davidson. Pospisil played in one other tournament main draw in 2007, in doubles at Germany F18 in October, where he and partner Roman Vorjali reached a second round. Pospisil ended 2007 ranked world number 1479 in singles and number 1111 in doubles. 2008, in November 2008, Pospisil accounted himself well against a much higher-ranked opponent, world number 301 Alex Gstzev, losing 6-2, 6-7, 4-7, 4-6. He then reached the second round of Nicaragua Futures. He won the men's Rimouski Challenger doubles title with compatriot Milos Raonic and 2 more ITF Futures doubles titles. Pospisil finished the year with a win-loss record of 8-18, playing almost all Futures events. 2009, Pospisil Open 2009 in singles, losing in the final round of qualifying in USA F1 and Mexico F1 Futures events. He next defeated compatriot Kirill Sinitsyn to qualify for Mexico F2, where he lost in the second round to another Canadian, Adil Shamasdin. After losing in the first round of both USA F4 and F5, Pospisil turned things around, reaching the quarterfinals of Canada F2 and semi-finals of Canada F3. The Canada F2 result included a second-round win over world number 359 Nathan Thompson, and the F3 result saw him better world number 426 Vincent Malott. He reached a career-high singles ranking of world number 1038 on March 9. In doubles, Vasek reached the semi-finals of Mexico F1, partnering Jan Blecher, in late January. He also reached the semi-finals of Canada F3, in March, playing alongside compatriot Milos Raonic. His best result for the year to this point was reaching the finals of USA F8, partnering American Ryan Young. Playing with fellow Canadian Adil Shamastin, he then reached the semi-finals of Mexico F3 in late April. The pair then won both Mexico F4 and F5, as the tournament top seeds. Pospisil continued his career best play in singles through April and into May as well, as he reached the semi-finals of Canada F3, the quarter-finals of Mexico F3, the semi-finals of Mexico F4, the quarter-finals at Mexico F5, and the semi-finals of Mexico F6, where he scored an impressive 6-4, 6-0 victory over top seed Chris Klinchman in the second round. Pospisil next reached the semi-finals of Mexico F6, picking up 5 ATP points in the process, and seeing his singles ranking rise to world number 837. In June, Pospisil tried his luck in a challenger event, the Co-Ice Open, Steelers Cup. He lost in singles in the second round of qualifying and in the doubles partnering Kees van 't Hof in the first round of the main draw. The following week, Pospisil qualified for the main draw of the Polska Inaja Open, but lost in the first round to world number 454 Guillaume Ruffin. This result secured him 3 ATP ranking points. At the Mumbai Challenger, however, the following week, Pospisil lost in the final round of qualifying. In July, as his singles ranking continued to become a career high each time new rankings were released, Pospisil lost in the second round of USAF 16 in singles. In doubles, he and partner Raonic reached the semi-finals, as the top-seeded team. The following week, Pospisil reached the singles final of USAF 17 in Peoria, Illinois, losing in that round to Michael Venus. In doubles, he and Raonic, again the top seeds, won, defeating Matt Reed and Denis Zivorovic in the finals. After a week off, Pospisil lost in the first round of the Granby Challenger as a wildcard entrant, to second seed Michael Russell. In doubles, he and partner Raonic lost in the quarter-finals. The following week, he lost in singles in the second round of qualifying at the Odlum Brown Vancouver Open, to seventh seed and eventual qualifier Tim Smyczek. In doubles, he lost in the first round of the main draw, partnering compatriot Pierre-Ludovic Duclos. Pospisil lost in singles in the first round of qualifying for the Rogers Cup to fifth seed Jan Hreník. Somewhat surprisingly, he and Raonic, who qualified for the main draw in singles, did not play doubles in Montreal. The following week, Pospisil reached the quarter-finals of Romania F14 as the tournament's eighth seed. In doubles, he and partner Marius Copil, the top seeds, took the title without dropping a set. The week after at Romania F15, the unseeded Pospisil went out again in the quarter-finals, just missing out on making the semi-finals with a loss to an unseeded Romanian opponent. In doubles, he and Copil, again the top seeds, lost the final, 10-12 in the final super tiebreak. During the first week of September, Pospisil lost in the second round of qualifying for the Braham registered trademark of Challenger. Pospisil upset third seed Gian Pablo Villar en route to reaching the semi-finals of Italy F28, where he lost to second seed Philip Pic. In doubles, he and partner Marcus Willis, the top seeds, took the title. The following week, Vasek captured the singles title of Italy F29, as eighth seed, defeating third seed Francesco Beccari in the final. In doubles, he and Willis were again the top seeds, but lost in the finals. 2 weeks later, Pospisil was in top form, capturing his second title in singles in as many tournaments, Italy F30, and without dropping a set or even reaching a tie-break. He was seventh seed, and in the final he beat second seed Matteo Viola. His singles ranking shot up 203 spots in just 3 weeks, and he stood at world number 440. The following week, it reached a career high of number 436. His doubles ranking continued its steady climb to also be at a career best of number 195. After being off for 3 weeks, Pospisil, as second seed in singles, won Mexico F12, again without dropping a set. In doubles, he and partner Nima Roshan of Austria, the third seeds, also took the tournament title. The following week, Vasek won Mexico F14 as third seed in singles, saving his best tennis for the latter rounds, as he defeated 6th seed Daniel Gatta in the semi-finals and 5th seed copyright Czar Ramirez in the final. This was Pospisil's 4th consecutive title and 3rd without dropping a set. In doubles, he and partner Ashwin Kumar, the top seeds, lost in the final. In the rankings, Vasek once again made a big jump, to a new career high of number 389. 2 weeks later, Pospisil, the top seed, lost at Mexico F15 in the semi-finals. This loss snapped his 23-match winning streak. In the rankings, Pospisil again jumped several spots to a new career high of number 355. After a week off, Pospisil was back in action in Mexico, this time at the Challenger Britannia Zavaleta. Unseeded, he lost to Leonardo Tavares in the first round. In doubles, he and his partner, New Canada number 3 and world number 220 doubles player Adil Shamastin, won the doubles title. In the ATP rankings released November 30, Vasek was at yet another career high singles ranking of number 340 and, for the first time, was Canada number 3. Pospisil finished 2009 ranked a career high world number 339 in singles and number 233 in doubles. 2010, Pospisil opened his 2010 campaign losing in the first round in singles at the Challenger Salinas Diario Expresso Challenger. In doubles, he and partner Marcio Torres of Brazil reached the semi-finals, where they fell to the top-seeded Ratuatana twins. Pospisil lost in the first round of qualifying for the Honolulu Challenger as 8th seed to Brian Batistone, in straight sets. He did not play in the doubles. The following week, having gained his career best world number 335 ranking, Pospisil lost in the final qualifying round of the Challenger of Dallas to Luka Grigoruk. In doubles, he and compatriot Shamastin, unseeded, lost in the main draw final, to the top seeds Scott Lipsky and David Martin. Pospisil was third seed at the USAF 5 Futures Tournament, where he defeated Australian qualifier Matheson Klein in straight sets, another qualifier Gaston Elias of Portugal in the second round, unseeded American Blake Strode in the quarter-finals, and unseeded Nicolas Basilashvili of Georgia in the semi-finals. He lost the final to second seed Vakhtang Istra, however. Vasek did not play doubles. Pospisil's excellent result in the States saw his singles ranking jump to a new career high of world number 312. His doubles ranking was also at a new career high of world number 189. He was next set for Davis Cup competition in an away America's Group I tie, against Colombia, but, after training, was replaced in the roster by New Tennis Canada recruit Stephen Dyers. The following week, as the top seed in the ITF Canada F2 tournament in Montreal, Pospisil was upset in the first round to unheralded, fellow 20-year-old Czech copyright Rami Inzarilo. He and partner Milos Raonic, the top seeds in doubles, lost in the second round. In mid-March Pospisil was again the top seed in singles and in doubles with Raonic, in Canada F3 in Sherbrooke. He lost only one set in capturing his 5th ITF Tour title, defeating partner Raonic, the second seed, in the final, in 3 sets. In doubles, he and Raonic lost the final to second seeds Corey Parr and Todd Paul. Vasek lost to fellow unseeded player Nick Lindahl in the first round of the Challenger Bank National in Rimouski, in 3 sets. In doubles, he and partner Raonic withdrew from their first round match. The following week, Pospisil lost in the second round of USAF 8 in both singles and doubles partnering Ashwin Kumar. In the second week in April, Pospisil won the doubles title of the 2010 Abierto Internacional del Bicentenario Leon, partnering Santiago Gonzalez as the top-seeded pair. This result made his doubles ranking climb to yet another career high, world number 162. He lost in singles in the first round to fellow unseeded player John Millman. After being off the following week, Pospisil lost in the first round of the 2010 Tail Savannah Challenger, to Greg Jones, in 3 sets. In doubles, he and partner Andreas Silvestre Paragraph M, the third seeds, lost in the first round. In May, Pospisil lost in the opening round of the 2010 Sarasota Open, to third seed Kevin Kim. In doubles, he and partner Daniel Gatzer, unseeded, also lost in the first round. The following week, Pospisil lost again in the first round to fellow unseeded player Martin Slaner in the Trofeo Paolo Carazzi, won a Euro 6 in the third set. He did not play doubles. After a week off, Pospisil lost in the second round of qualifying for the 2010 Aigan Trophy, 6 a Euro 7 in the third set to Prakash Amrich. He again did not play doubles. In June, Pospisil lost in the first round of qualifying for the 2010 Jerry Weber Open in straight sets to Niels de Zeen. The following week, he lost to top seed Paribas of Spain in the first round of the ZRE Katowice Bytom Open. In doubles, partnering Czech Václav Pospisil, he lost in the quarter-finals. After a week off, Vasek reached the semi-finals in doubles of USAF 16, played in Rochester, New York, partnering Greg Ouellette, and the second round in singles, despite being the top seed in both. At USAF 17 in Pittsburgh, he again lost in the second round in singles as the top seed to world number 1315 Ryan Williams. In doubles, again playing with Ouellette as the top seeds, Vasek lost the final to unseeded opponents. In early July at USAF 18 in Peoria, Illinois, and again as the top seed, Pospisil lost in singles in the quarterfinals, to sixth seed Denis Zivorovic, in 3 sets. He did not play doubles. The following week, he lost in the first round of the 2010 Fifth Third Bank Tennis Championships, to compatriot Milos Raonic. In doubles, he and partner Corey Parr lost their first round match. The next week, Vasek lost his first round match again at the 2010 Challenger Bank National de Granby, to Takao Suzuki. In doubles, he and Canadian-born American Jesse Levine reached the semi-finals. The following week, Vasek was a wild-card entry in his hometown Odlum Brown Vancouver Open, where he lost to Paul Capdeville. Partnering fellow British Columbian Daniel Chu in doubles, he lost in the first round. In August, Pospisil lost in the first round of qualifying for the 2010 Rogers Cup to eventual qualifier Ilya Marchenko. He played doubles in the main draw as a wild card, partnering Raonic. Together, they defeated the doubles team of Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic in the first round. This win, his first in an ATP Tour main draw event, propelled Pospisil to a new career-high doubles ranking of world number 153. After 2 weeks off, he, as the tournament top seed, took the singles title at the ITF Mexico F6, defeating 5th seed David Rice in the final. Pospisil and partner Nima Roshan, the top seeds, lost in the doubles final. Pospisil won a second consecutive singles title, Mexico F7, by defeating second seed Adam El-Midori in the final. He did not play doubles. The following week, he lost to 6th seed Tim Smyczek in the first round of the 2010 USTA Challenger of Oklahoma. Playing doubles with compatriot Pierre-Ludovic Duclos, as the second seeds, he went out in the semi-finals. The week after, Vasek was the top seed at Canada F4, being played at the Rexall Centre, but lost in first round. In doubles, he and partner Frank Dancevic reached the semi-finals. The next week, Pospisil again was the top seed in singles at Canada F5 in Markham, Ontario, and captured the title, defeating 5th seed Nicholas Monroe in the final. It was the 8th Futures singles title of his career. In doubles, he and compatriot Daniel Chu, the third seeds, lost in the quarterfinals. After a week off, Pospisil traveled to Asia for a pair of challenger events. He qualified for the main draw in singles for both the 2010 Tashkent Challenger and the 2010 Samsung Securities Cup, reaching the second round in both events. In doubles, he and partner Adil Shamastin lost in the first round in Tashkent but reached the final in Seoul. Pospisil's singles and doubles rankings both reached new career highs, world number 270 in singles and number 139 in doubles. Then, after being off from tour play for 2 weeks, Pospisil played in singles qualifying for the 2010 Bellwater Technology Cup. He lost in the qualifying round to Marius Copil. In doubles, he and Shamustin lost to the third seeds, the Ratuatana twins, in the first round of the main draw. The following week, Pospisil lost to top seed and now German competitor Dustin Brown in the first round of the 2010 Lamberts Open by Stawag. He did not play doubles. It was his final tour action for 2010. He finished the year ranked world number 339 in singles and number 153 in doubles. 2011, at the midway point of 2011, Pospisil was having his best year on tour thus far. For the week starting July 4, he reached at a new career high for both singles, number 191, and doubles, number 121. He captured 3 Challenger doubles titles and 2 Futures titles, including 1 in singles. Pospisil began the year playing just singles and reached the quarter-finals of his first tournament, the 2011 Honolulu Challenger, losing to top seed Michael Russell. After failing to qualify for the 2011 Caloundra International, he next played in Davis Cup competition, replacing an injured Daniel Nestor to team with Milos Raonic to win the doubles tie, as Canada defeated Mexico. Following a poor performance at Canada F2 the following week, Pospisil reached the semi-finals of the 2011 Men's Rimouski Challenger in singles and won the doubles title partnering Treat Conrad Hui. 2 weeks later, Vasek captured the doubles title of USAF 8 partnering Nicholas Monroe, while losing in the first round in singles. 2 weeks later, in April, he won his third straight doubles title, the 2011 Tallahassee Tennis Challenger, playing with Bobby Reynolds. In singles, he qualified and then reached a main draw quarterfinals, losing to an informed Nodar Sneak. Again playing after a week off, Pospisil lost in 3 sets to eventual champion Reynolds in the semi-finals of the 2011 Torneo Internacional AGT. In doubles, he and partner Monroe reached the semi-finals. Pospisil spent May in Korea, reaching the quarter-finals of the 2011 Busan Open Challenger Tennis in singles and the semi-finals in doubles, partnering Jamie Baker. The following week, as top seed, he was upset in the semi-finals of Korea F1. The following week, again as top seed, he captured his 9th career ITF Futures singles title, Korea F2. Attempting to qualify for a Grand Slam tournament for the first time, Pospisil lost in the second round of qualifying for Wimbledon. The following week, he reached a quarter-finals in singles at the 2011 Jalisco Open, while in doubles he teamed with Reynolds, as the second seeds, to capture the title. The following week, Vasek again faced Reynolds and lost in 3 sets in the second round of the 2011 Nielsen Pro Tennis Championships. The following weekend, Pospisil was instrumental in seeing the Canadian Davis Cup team come back from 2 rubbers down to win a Davis Cup tie, for the first time. The win allowed the team to face Israel, in September, in a World Group playoff. Missing through injury their 2 top singles players, Milos Raonic and Frank Dancevic, Pospisil played number 1 singles and doubles. He lost his first rubber in 4 sets, to Ivian Indara. With fellow British Columbian Philippe Besta also losing, Pospisil and veteran doubles specialist Daniel Nestor had to win their doubles match to keep the tie alive, and did, in 3 close sets. Perhaps buoyed by this win, Pospisil looked like a new player in beating January Leo Carr copyright Czar Campozano comfortably. Besta then won the tie-deciding rubber, also in straight sets. Right back into action the next week at the 2011 Challenger Banque Nationale de Granby, Vasek cruised into the quarter-finals, handily between fellow Canucks Zachary White and Stephen Dyers. He retired from his quarter-final match, however, against 4th seed Carol Beck, with an ankle injury. Out of action for a couple weeks, Pospisil came back to win his 10th ITF Men's Circuit singles title in Saskatoon, without dropping a set. The following week he reached the semi-finals of the 2011 Odlum Brown Vancouver Open in singles, a 6th seed, and, with Bobby Reynolds, in doubles. Pospisil upset world number 22 Juan Ignacio Chela in the first round of the Rogers Cup, but lost in the second round to third seed Roger Federer. In doubles, he and partner Adil Shamastin lost in the first round. He also reached a second round of the US Open where he was defeated by Feliciano Lacube-Pez. 2012, first Olympic experience, Vasek qualified for Aircel Chennai Open and lost in the first round of the main draw to Andreas Beck. Pospisil won his first ATP Challenger title on March 25, defeating Max Immeltham. After this win, he entered world's top 100. His second Challenger title followed in July, lifting Pospisil to world number 85. In the London Olympics, he lost to David Ferrer in the first round of singles play and reached the second round in doubles with Daniel Nestor. He reached a second round of the Rogers Cup for the second straight year after upsetting world number 26 Andreas Seppi. He lost to world number 10 Juan Marcube Naco in the next round. 2013, breakthrough. Pospisil had to skip all tournaments in early 2013, including the Australian Open, due to mononucleosis. After recovery, he contributed to Canada's Davis Cup success by winning the doubles match against Italy with Daniel Nestor in April. At the beginning of May, he won his third ATP Challenger singles title and biggest to date when Michael Prozier and registered trademark Angstrom won court and he retired in the third set in Johannesburg. Pospisil reached his first ATP semi-final in July at the Claro Open Colombia in Bogotá, but lost to local Alejandro Fuller. At the beginning of August, Pospisil won his second ATP Challenger of the Year at the Odlum Brown Vancouver Open, where he defeated Daniel Evans in the final. He entered the Rogers Cup and Montreux Copyright L as a wild card. In the first round against world number 20 John Isner, he lost the first set, 5-7, but then won 2 tiebreaks to take the match. He followed this with a straight-set victory over Radek Stepanek, and then surprised world number 6 Tomaso Berdych by upsetting him 7-6, 7-5, in the third set tiebreaker to reach the quarter-finals. This was Pospisil's first top 10 win. In the quarter-finals leading 3-0 in the first set, Pospisil's opponent Nikolay Davydenko retired due to illness, thus making Pospisil a semi-finalist. In the semi-finals, he lost to compatriot Milos Raonic after a third-set tiebreak. With this result, Pospisil was ranked in the top 40 for the first time in his career. In Cincinnati, he defeated world number 17 Gilles Simon in the first round, but succumbed to Belgian David Goffin in the second round. At the US Open, he lost in the first round to Brazilian Roger Copyright Rio Dutra Silva. In doubles, he and Daniel Nestor made it to the third round, where they were defeated by the Bryan brothers. In Davis Cup action against Serbia, he lost both of his singles rubbers against Novak Djokovic and Janko Tipsarevic, but won his doubles rubber, partnering Daniel Nestor. In October at the Masters 1000 in Shanghai, Pospisil beat his second top 10 player when he defeated world number 10 Richard Gasquet in the first round. He lost to Gaël Monfils in the next round. He reached the semi-finals of the Swiss indoors but was defeated by world number 6 Roger Federer. 2014, Wimbledon doubles title and first ATP singles final. Pospisil began the year strongly by reaching the semi-finals of the Aircel Chennai Open. He withdrew from his third-round match at the Australian Open, where he was scheduled to play eventual champion Stanislas Wawrinka, due to a back injury. He made a return at the Abierto Mexicano Telcel, but lost to Alexander Dolgopolov in the first round. He then lost his second-round match at the BNP Paribas Open to Mikhail Kukushkin. Pospisil began his clay court season at Monte Carlo, but lost in the first round to Roberto Bautista Agut in straight sets. At Wimbledon, Pospisil lost in the first round of singles, losing to Robin Haas, but partnering American Jack Sock, he won the men's doubles title, defeating 8th, 2nd, and 5th seeds en route to the final, where they defeated the defending champions the Bryan brothers in 5 sets. Pospisil and Sock won their second straight doubles title with a victory over Steve Johnson and Sam Querrey at the BB&T Atlanta Open. Pospisil reached his first ATP singles final at the City Open a week later with wins over Rav Ram, world number 5 Tomaso Berdych, Santiago Giraldo and world number 14 Richard Gasquet. He was defeated by world number 7 Milos Raonic in the first All-Canadian final in ATP history. Pospisil and ʃɛk reached their third straight final at the Cincinnati Masters but were defeated by the Bryan brothers in straight sets, ending their record-winning streak for a debut team at 14. Personal: originally from Vernon, British Columbia, Pospisil currently lives in Vancouver to train. His parents are Milos and Mila, both of Czech descent. He has 2 older brothers, both of whom were nationally ranked junior tennis players. One of his brothers, Petr Pospisil, teaches at Kitsilano Secondary School in Vancouver. Grand Slam Tournament Finals, Doubles, 1, ATP Career Finals, Singles, 1, Doubles, 3, ATP Challenger Tour and ITF Futures Finals, Singles, 17, ATP Challenger Tour and ITF Futures Doubles titles, Singles Performance Timeline, Key, 1 tournament. Or reached final. Semi-final. Quarter-final. Round 4, 3, 2, 1. Competed at a round-robin stage. Lost in qualification round. Absent from tournament event. Played in a Davis Cup zonal group or playoff. Won a bronze, silver or gold medal at the Olympics. A downgraded Masters Series/1000 tournament. Or a tournament that was not held in a given year. To avoid confusion and double counting, these charts are updated either at the conclusion of a tournament, or when the player's participation in the tournament has ended. This table is current through the 2014 Western and Southern Open. Doubles Performance Timeline. This table is current through the 2014 Wimbledon Championships. References. External links. Official website, Vasek Pospisil at the Association of Tennis Professionals, Vasek Pospisil at the International Tennis Federation, Vasek Pospisil at the Davis Cup.